everybody, welcome back to another video. And this video is not gonna be long, and it's really not really much. It's just me showcasing um, an updated version of my Nuxia's look and pretty much everything I have on her except the perks. I don't have any perks for her or anyone else. Still working on that, but yeah, look at her. Look at her. She's all on fleek, booty on fleek, hair on fleek, makeup on fleek. Yee. Okay, so I guess we'll start off, and we're gonna save this one for last because this one looks the best in my opinion. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go to this one. Now, many of you probably seen this one a lot because it's the loadout I use the most. So I do have a name for them. But it's kind of corny, so I don't want to even say it. But this is my primary Nuxia, and we're gonna check out her gear that she have, just in case y'all want to look like me. Even though I don't see much Nuxias around, she's almost non-existent in this game, kind of like PK. But for this one, I'm using the Scattered Petals helm. Just beautiful. She got a little bit too much powder on her face, but we'll bypass that or whatever. I don't have her new helmet yet, or she ain't really wearing a helmet. It's just a face, and she actually looks younger in her new one. But yes, that is what I'm rocking. The Scattered Petals helm. And for the chest, the Shang-Chi chest. This one has not changed. I've been rocking this one for a very long time. I think since I hit rep 8 with her, I believe. And now I'm rep 16, almost 17. But yes, I am rocking the Shang-Chi chest. I'm probably butchering that name, but y'all. Then for the arms, this one hasn't changed either. It's the same. The Dahan arms. I don't know how to pronounce that. Probably pronouncing it wrong, but yes, got the spikes coming out. We gotta look a little somewhat edgy. Then for the blades, the weapons, one of my favorite, one of the best looking ones in my opinion, the Dream Glade hook. Let's look at that. That's so spicy. Yep, it's one of the best looking ones. One of the best. It's not the best looking one, but it's one of the best looking ones. And for the little stabby blade at the end, I'm using the Void Keeper. And I like to mismatch a lot of my weapons. I don't really like to make like the full set. I like to create my own little weapons, be a little unique, somewhat creative. But yes, I'm using the Void Keeper blades. One of the best looking ones to me, of course. And for the guard, I'm using the Dayu guard. I just like the design of it. It just kind of pops. And alrighty, that is it for the weapons and the armor. Let's go over to the ornament. We're using the Dreaming Blossom ornament that came with the Blossom Mythic outfit. She doesn't really have, her ornaments doesn't really look that great. She don't really have any good ornaments. They're like, some of them are like okay, some of them are like I would never wear that. But I'm using this one. This one probably looks the best to me on her. But yeah, Dreaming Blossom. And for the chest piece, I'm not rocking any symbols or any patterns. They just look weird. Well, I did rock one at one point, but there's not really any good ones. And then the paint patterns, it just, look at that. That looks disgusting. We ain't walking around like that. We gotta look like a straight G. So nah. But I am using the Gate of Memories 5 embossing. to the right shoulder. Not rocking any paint patterns. Like I said, they look weird on her, and the design just looks all crappy. It looks like a stamp that's run out of ink or something. It looks disgusting. I would never. And same with symbols. I just use embossings on this instead. So I'm using the Viropasca protection. That's the mask outfit. Yeah, this one came with the mask outfit, but got a little demon head on her little shoulder. And for the left shoulder, and oh my god, I did not notice that we had that on there. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. That's disgusting looking. Might need. I'm probably gonna change that too. But the symbol that I have on here is the Manic Gaze 8. Didn't know I had that on there. Strange. But yeah, and no embossing on the left shoulder. And for the material, I am using the light, the one that you get at Reputation 9, level 20. Yeah, using that, the light, because this is the light Nuxia. But yep, this is what I'm using on her, and let's go to the back. Now, I keep changing this because I want a different design. I'm not gonna stay with this. It's probably gonna change again. But I am using the Chaos and Freedom 3. It came with the Assassin's Creed outfit during that whole event, or whatever. But I mean, it looks good on her cape, and it also shows on a lot of colors. So some of these pattern designs don't show when you change colors, and it'll be like a partial of that design. So that's one of the reasons why I chose this. And we're not using any symbols and no embossings. Now for the standard, we're not using any paint pattern, like I said before. Symbols, I'm using the Moonlit Howl. Got my little wolf on there, on both sides, on both cheeks, wolf cheeks, and no embossing. So yeah, she's really pretty much plain, and that's how I wanted this one to look. Not too much. A lot of her cosmetic stuff isn't really all that great, and a lot of her armor pieces look the same too. So I try to make it look as different as possible from other people. And for the neutral color, I'm using the Father of Understanding Assassin's Creed palette, and that's the color pattern that you see right here on her cape. It's really the only place that it shows, which is strange. And for the attacker, I'm using the Hunter. I don't really have any good colors out for her attacking and defending. So speaking of defending, I'm using the Vineyard. And yeah, that one actually looks pretty good. Looks alright. Not tripping. But I don't really use her in fours as much. I rarely ever use her in duels anymore, except whenever I'm making a video or something on her. But yeah, that is it for the outfits. And I guess I can show y'all the feats that I mostly use in fours whenever I do use her. I use Bounty Hunter, which is one of the best first feats in my opinion in the game. You can agree with me or not. You can argue with me, whatever. And I use revenge attacks mainly because I like anti-ganking, and I anti-gank a lot. And these two are perfect for that. I rarely ever run this. I think the last time I used M4s, I used this. It was probably like in Breach or something because people like to run away. But I mostly use Slip Through, which is a pretty decent passive, but it raises the attack when you dodge for a short amount of time. So I mean, it's pretty useful, but I don't use her dodge attack that much because it kind of sucks. And then I use Then for my fourth feed, I use infection. She don't really have any really good feeds, especially her four feeds. None of these are really that good at all. And I don't really use nothing but infection. It does help me sometimes, and when I'm getting ganked or when I'm ganking, I do pop this, and it does help out a bit, but it doesn't last long. And the radius, the area effect is very small on this, so it almost makes it kind of useless whenever you're trying to affect other teammates, like the other opponent's teammates or whatever. So, all for that one. And for this variant, she's a work in progress. I mean, just look at the way that Kate moves. Feel like she could be in one of shampoo commercials or something. But for this one, I'm rocking. Oh my God, how do you say that? The Keatsy helmet. Probably I know I butchered that. But yep, I'm using this one, no makeup, just bare face and still beautiful. What you mean? And then for the chest, I'm using the John Woo, the Juan Yu. Oh my God, I'm terrible with these pronunciations, but yes, that's the chest I'm using on this one. And this is one of her better looking armors, I think. It was one of the better looking ones, just straight cloth, and you can do like a lot of good designs with it too. And oh, and for the arms, the Dahan arms, one of the best ones I like though. So I got it on this one too as well. Nothing special. And for her weapon, I'm using the Egyptian Berserker hook, which you got in the Assassin's Creed event. And yeah, I like it. It's a pretty decent looking one. I like the all gold look on it and the little designs. And also, I'm using the Egyptian Berserker blades. And the same. So I got the full set. And this is probably the only set that I have all together because this it doesn't really look good with anything else. So that's the reason why for that. Like I said, I have no perks on it. And no paint pattern, of course. And for the symbol, I'm using Deer Wish 2 on it. I think it goes well with this. No embossing, of course. And for the ornament, I'm using Vira Pasca's Protection. It's a pretty decent one, not bad. It's better than a lot of the other ones she has. And for the right shoulder, I have no paint pattern, of course, and no symbol, but I'm using the embossing Pasca's Protection. I'm probably gonna change that because I don't like them to be the same as that another variant. But she was just like kind of a work in progress. That's why. For the left shoulder, no paint pattern, no symbol, but I'm using the embossing Sharp Tangles 1. All right, now for material, a light, of course, because it doesn't look right when it's the black armor, the black iron. It looks kind of look at it. It just doesn't feel very well. It's like somebody didn't finish painting it. So I'm just rocking the light on this one. It looks better in my opinion anyway because of the colors and everything. For the back, I am using the Floral Grove 2. What kind of a flower theme here? Didn't notice that until now. And then the Deer Wish 2 on the back. Like I said, it's all might change, but I never really use this. I rarely ever use this variant when I do use Nuxia. And no embossing, of course. And for her standards, no paint pattern, and this I'm using the symbol Manic Gaze 4. That thing looks kind of weird, but yes, that's what I'm rocking on this. And no embossing. And for her neutral colors, I'm using Strength and Resolve. They got a little green and yellow. Green is actually my favorite color. If y'all didn't know, now you know. And for the attacker, I'm using Hunter, of course, because it's one of the better looking color patterns that I have so far with her. And for defender, I'm using Somber. Got the little two different shades of blue and the yellow going on there. Actually makes it look a little good, and probably need to change like that other symbol down there, the little demon snake looking thing. Kind of throws it all off. And before I forget, I just remembered I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the executions I have. So I have her standard execution, hook, line, and sinker. Then roulette of ruin, short wax stop, and one of my favorites for her is the crossed moon snap. Ugh, that's vicious. Can you just imagine? Oh, that's kind of brutal. But I don't have this one because I don't really like it that much. I don't know why. Just don't. Well, hopefully she gets some better executions and they just don't be lazy with her. For my emotes, I have the bread dance. I don't think this one was one of her standard ones. And some of y'all might recognize this dance from I think it's my very first Nuxia montage, Let's Dance. So I mean, if y'all haven't seen that video, check that out. It's a pretty good one of my better Nuxia videos. Um, then this one's a standard. Didn't see that. Then Peekaboo, of course. Then the standard ones, of course. Give Me Strength, Showtime. Nothing special. Signatures, nothing special. Just their standard. And then the idle effect, I have Assassin's Synchronization. For the execution, Moonlight Sonata, Free Roam using Crimson Conquest, and Combat using Crimson Conquest. I'm just kind of all over the place with this variant. But now let's move on to the last and final one. My favorite one so far, the best looking one, I believe. Probably the best looking Nuxia I've seen so far. Boom, dum, dum. Okay, yeah, so this is my dark Nuxia, aka the evil twin, aka the Black Beauty Goddess, aka the Demon Goddess Royale. Okay, let me stop. Um, for the helmet, I'm using the Yang helmet. Boy, look at that makeup. She's all emo. Look at this emo look I got going on. It's like kind of like a dark demon slash emo look I got going for this one. So for the chest is actually her new one that dropped at the beginning of the season. So it's the King Ming chest. It doesn't really look that much different from all her other ones. It just has a slightly different design or whatever, but it does look a little better than some of her other ones. And I'm using the King Ming arms as well. I actually like the arms, actually. The little designs on them and everything goes well. So I got the full set. And for the blades, I'm using the Dayu hooks. For the other blades, I'm using the Lin Hong blades. I actually might change this. But she had like a darker themed weapon set. And then I'm using the Wisp guards, which is one of the best looking guards on here besides the Void Keeper ones. And then, so that's it for the weapons and all that. So let's get to like the other cosmetics. All right, for the chest, the symbol I'm using is Powerful Beast 2. Kind of matches the theme because she is like a little demonic themed version of her. No embossing. For the ornament, I'm using the Selenium. Oh my god. Well, you see it right there on the screen. I'm not gonna butcher it anymore. But it came with the other world bundle. So there's that. The right shoulder, I am using Psychedelic 3. And actually blends in pretty well. I usually don't use patterns, but for this one, they actually look pretty good. And no symbol, of course, and the embossing I am using is Gate of Memories 4. Now for the right shoulder, no paint pattern, of course, no symbol, and the embossing I'm using is Vira Bosca's Protection. And this one actually goes better with this version than the other one. For the back, I am using Gracious 2 design, and the cape on this one, like the way it looks, the way it's shaped, is actually, I like it. I like it better than the other ones. It's a little unique. And then for the symbol in the back, of course, is Serpent of Corruption. And yes, it fits this one very well because she is a corrupted version of my other Nuxia. Embossing, none. For the standards, no paint pattern, no symbol. Embossing I'm using is Gate of Memories 5. Can't really see it that well, but that is what I'm using. And I can do without the flower pants she got on. I wish you could change that. And for her neutral colors, I am using Bleeding, so the little black and red. Attackers, I'm using Father of Understanding. She doesn't have really good color palettes right now that I have for her. And then for the Defender, I'm using Armada. So yeah. And that is it for this video. It's just a little update of my Nuxia. So if you were curious before, all you Nuxia fans out there, of how I customize my Nuxia, well, there you have it. And so if you want to see more videos like this with me showing off any of my other heroes, please let me know, give me feedback, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to be updated when new videos drop or whenever I go live. And be sure to join the Discord because YouTube likes to be a little weird and not update anybody whenever a video drops. So I always post a video in Discord as well to let everybody know. So if you would like to join the Discord and have all types of discussions or anything, or ask me any type of questions you would like to know, or you have any ideas for another video, then that's where you want to be. And the Discord link will be down in the description. And like I said, we want more videos like this one. Just probably won't be as long as this one. Then let me know. And with that being said, I will see y'all in the next video.